In this 3-video series on appreciating the seasons and times, I'm going to unpack 3 things. 1, the biggest lie I used to believe about seasons. 2, how to harness every season to our advantage. And 3, how to discover the purpose of a season and what to do if we can't. My name is Emile Raubenheimer, and thanks for watching. Let's dive right in. So I have a wife who loves every single season except winter. Obviously spring, the new life, the flowers, all of those wonderful things. Summer, it starts to heat up. You've got the cool shade. We can have these beautiful picnics. And autumn, because she really appreciates color. But winter, she really dislikes. It's something about the cold and every day getting up and having to try to get warm, having layers of clothing and all of those things that just really frustrate her. And the fascinating thing, I've been watching this unfold over a couple of years, is that in the winter, she undergoes this transformation, right? Generally, her joy drains from her. It's like every day you're getting up and it's a struggle. You have to face every day knowing that it's going to be cold to begin with. And it's almost like the season you have to suffer through. And perhaps you also have those seasons. I think we all do. We have certain seasons in our lives that we embrace, that we appreciate, that we love, and we engage them with fervor and with excitement. But then there are some of our seasons, perhaps it's seasons where we wait, or we have to impose discipline, or we have to really push through, that if we're honest, we probably wouldn't choose. And we really kind of just wish them to go by. And the question that we have is, what do we use to understand the value of a season? I've discovered that the biggest lie I believe about seasons is that their value is defined by how comfortable I am in them. And I realize that inherently we all know this is not true, but it's something that we really desperately want to be true, because so much of our energy and effort and intelligence and expertise goes towards and is invested in making us comfortable. And so if a season starts to challenge my comfort, I'm going to try my level best to fix that, to resolve that, because it introduces a tension in my life that I don't want to sustain. But there's something incredible in discovering that life in itself functions in tension. Our entire body, our entire biomechanic system functions in tension. You've got a bicep that pulls up and a tricep that pulls down. They work in tension with one another. But the beautiful thing about tension is required for motion. It is the mechanism that allows us to move. And so if we can just appreciate something about what these various seasons introduce into our lives, that could be so freeing. Because if our comfort becomes the criteria, then we're justified in appreciating that some seasons are just going to be uncomfortable. And because they're uncomfortable, we hope that they would just kind of get over with. Just get out of my life. Just hold on until summer comes again. But I think there's something that we miss when we approach life in this way. Because everything has a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. And if so, God created every season with intent, and every season therefore has value. Am I not missing something? Is there not something in this life of abundance, this living freely and lightly in the unforced rhythms of grace, that is lost on me because I use comfort as a measure of value? And what is it that potentially needs to shift in my life and in my posture towards seasons that will help me to discover the fullness and the breadth and the height and the depth of the value of a season, even though I am uncomfortable in it? We know inherently that our growth doesn't take place in our comfort zone. And yet so much of our comfort defines how we approach certain seasons in our lives. The unfortunate consequence of engaging a season based on the comfort, my level of comfort with that season, is that my preference begins to define my experience. Because I do not see the season in a different way, but see it in the way that I choose to frame it based on my position of comfort, there are things on the peripheries that are just lost on me. There's beauty and value in the season that I can never behold, and I can never position myself to experience and to embrace and to appreciate, because I am using comfort as my criteria. And the question is there something else that I might use as a proxy, something else that I might use to define the value of a season? Or is it true that some seasons just exist for us to suffer through? It's their job. Their job is there to make me suffer. I really appreciate the humor of Bad Boys 2, where Marcus speaks to Mike and he says, "Mike, God sent you here to test me." It's a joke, but I feel like sometimes that's how we engage with our seasons. We're just postured in a way that says, God sent this season here to test me. I've discovered something about the heart of God that says God doesn't test us. He shapes us like a good gardener, and He understands the value of every season. And you know what the other thing about seasons is? They tend to repeat. And so if I don't like the winter, you know what's going to happen? Every single year, there's going to be 3 to 6 months of the year that I'm just going to absolutely hate. And I might reconcile myself with that and say, there's 6 months of the year that just I'm not going to be my best, and I'm just going to suffer through and keep my head down and hope to get out the other side and shake off the depression. Or I can learn to see the beauty in that. The question is, how do we do that? How do we harness every season? I hope you'll join me in the next video as we discover that.